Have you ever felt like you're losing yourself in a relationship? Like you've become so attached to someone that without them, you don't even feel complete anymore. And yet, deep inside, something just doesn't feel right. The scary part is, most people don't even realize when it starts happening. Because in the beginning, it feels perfect. Someone walks into your life and suddenly they're everywhere. They text you all day. They call you at night. They care about every little detail of your life. They make you feel seen, valued, special. Like you're the only person in the world that matters to them. And you fall for it. Not because you're weak, but because it feels real. Let's say there's a guy named Rohan. His life was normal. He had friends, his own space, his own identity. Then he met Sia. In the beginning, Sia gave him so much attention that Rohan felt like the luckiest person alive. Good morning texts, late-night calls, constant check-ins. It felt like love. But slowly, things started to change. Sia began saying things like, "Why do you spend so much time with your friends? Don't you care about me?" Rohan thought it was normal. He told himself, "It's okay. Relationships need compromise." So he started seeing his friends less. Then one day she asked, "Who was that girl you were talking to?" He said, "Just a friend." But Sia replied, "If you really love me, you'll stop talking to her." And right there, something shifted. Rohan didn't make that decision because he wanted to. He made it because he was afraid of losing her. And that's how psychological control begins. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly. So slowly that you think every decision you're making is your own. First, they give you intense love, so you become emotionally dependent. Then they start pulling you away from everything else, your friends, your world, until your entire life revolves around them. Now imagine a girl named Neha. She used to be happy, outgoing, full of life. Then she met Arjun. At first, he made her feel like she had finally found the one. But after a few months, he started changing her world. "I don't like that friend of yours." So she cut her off. "You go out too much." So she stayed home more. "You've changed. You're not the same anymore." And slowly, Neha started believing that maybe something was wrong with her. This is where it gets dangerous. Because now, it's not just control anymore. It's manipulation. They make you feel guilty for everything. "I've done so much for you, and this is how you treat me? You don't really love me. If you leave me, I'll be broken." And now you're not making choices for yourself anymore. You're making them out of fear. Fear of hurting them. Fear of losing them. Fear of being alone. Then comes the worst part. When you start doubting your own mind. You feel something is wrong, but when you bring it up, they say things like, "You're overthinking," or "That never happened," or "You're the problem." And slowly, you stop trusting yourself. Ankit went through the same thing. He felt like his girlfriend was ignoring him. When he asked her about it, she said, "You always have a problem. You're just overthinking." After hearing that again and again, he started believing it. He stopped trusting his own feelings. And that's when the control becomes complete. The scariest part is, you don't even realize you're trapped. You call it love. You call it care. You call it possessiveness. But it's not love. It's control. And sometimes, the person you give up everything for is the same person who walks away in the end, leaving you with nothing, not even yourself. And the only question that remains is, how did I lose myself like this? Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to realize when you're being controlled? Why do people stay in situations that slowly destroy them? The answer is simple. Because it doesn't attack your logic first, it attacks your emotions. When you're emotionally attached to someone, you start ignoring the truth. You hold on to who they were in the beginning, not who they've become. You keep telling yourself, maybe it's just a phase. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I need to try harder. And without realizing it, you start losing yourself. Imagine being in a relationship where something feels off, but every time you try to talk about it, you end up feeling like it's your fault. So instead of questioning them, you question yourself. Vivek went through this. He always felt like something wasn't right, but every time he spoke up, he was told, "You overthink too much." Eventually, he stopped expressing how he felt. He stopped listening to himself. And that's how people lose their identity, not all at once, but piece by piece. If you constantly feel like you have to change who you are, if you're always worried about upsetting the other person, if you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault, that's not love. That's control. Getting out of it isn't easy, because leaving isn't just about walking away from a person. It's about breaking an emotional bond. The first step is admitting the truth to yourself, that something is wrong. Then slowly, you reconnect with yourself. The things you stopped doing, the people you left behind, the parts of you that disappeared, you start bringing them back. It won't feel easy. You'll feel empty. You'll miss them. You'll question your decision. But you have to remind yourself, you're not incomplete without them. You were just made to feel that way. And at some point, you'll have to say no. And when you do, they will react. They'll try to guilt you, manipulate you, make you feel like you're the one who changed. But that's the moment where you take your power back. Because real love doesn't control you. It strengthens you. And being alone is never as dangerous as being with the wrong person. Now here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Why do people do this? Why do they control someone they claim to love? Sometimes it comes from insecurity. They're afraid of losing you, so they try to control you. They think if they can limit your world, you'll never leave. But sometimes it's intentional. Some people know exactly what they're doing. They know how to make you emotionally dependent. They know how to make you feel guilty. They know how to break your confidence, slowly, and they use it. Ria experienced this. She became so dependent on someone that she couldn't even make small decisions without them. And one day, that person left. And she didn't just lose them. She lost herself. That's the real damage. But here's the part that matters. This is not where your story ends. Because the moment you realize what happened, you can start rebuilding yourself. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, you'll feel like going back. Yes, you'll doubt yourself. But ask yourself one question. Do you want to go back to being controlled? Or do you want to become free? Slowly, you'll start finding yourself again. Your voice, your identity, your strength. And once you do, no one will ever be able to control you like that again. Because real love doesn't take away your freedom. It gives you more of it. And the biggest win in life is not finding someone.
It's finding yourself again. Real love doesn't change who you are. It lets you be who you truly are. If this video made you see things a little differently, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button so this reaches more people who might be going through the same thing. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe because I'm dropping more content like this that actually opens your eyes, not just fills your time. And hey, don't just watch. Be aware.